So here's a little exploration into the cave starting at the Hall of Bulls, and it'll get into the area that we're going to use for our example for today's artwork. So you can see it's mostly up on the ceiling here.
Oh wait, I thought that was something sticking out.
That's weird.
Here's the axial gallery. That's where we want to be. Okay, so in the axial gallery, you see a lot of different horses and bulls. The one that we want to pay specific attention to is the red cow. So see how there's a gradation where they put the most charcoal and where they wanted the most attention to be drawn, which was the head of the bull there. And then you can see the variation in line. See how it changes thickness?
I see how they drew it with charcoal, how it's accidental lines there.
Yeah. There's emphasis in different areas. So that's what I want you to pay attention to as you're creating your artwork, is the changing in tone. All right. Can you guys keep that in mind as you're doing your artwork in the cave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so our lesson today is exploring cave painting. And you guys are going to be able to do the painting inside the cardboard box when we're done with this lesson. But what we're going to do right now is a quick refresher on line variation.
Okay.
So we're going to use charcoal, and I want you to remember that there's a lesson that you would have had before this one, but this is just further down the line, and it's about using different thicknesses of line to create emphasis.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use a little reference here. You can either choose to use a reference, or you can draw from memory. The cave painters that we saw in the video would have been just drawing completely from memory, because they wouldn't be able to have a bull or a horse or anything in the cave with them. So I'm using this picture here, and I'm going to choose to use thin lines for some areas and thicker lines for other areas to add emphasis. So for the neck and the back, I'm going to use relatively thick lines.
That's really good. Here it is. How is that possible?
And thin lines for where it doesn't really need to be emphasized. But there's a big muscle here in the shoulder of the deer. So I'm going to
Just look at the camera.
So I would like you guys to start thinking about what kind of animals live around here.
Deer.
Deer. Yeah, we see lots of deer around here. And there's lots of baby deer.
Yes, baby deer.
What else do you see?
Birdies.
Lots of birds. Yeah, we have hawks, we have vultures. Okay, so
Fish.
anyway, for this I'm just going through and kind of fish. I'm kind of emphasizing the areas that I think need some extra attention and will help add a little extra drama to my drawing.
Hands get dirty.
Your hands will get very dirty with the charcoal,
Oh, my
because
hairs.
that was what was available to them in the caves. So
It was paint, not charcoal. No, they would use charcoal.
So do you guys want to practice on the paper before you go into the cave itself?
Sure.
Okay. Do you guys want each a small piece?
I don't want my sweatshirt to get dirty.
So yeah, what I was just saying is you can add the thickness to the line later and just kind of start with the contour of the animal. And then when you decide there's an area that you want to add emphasis to, you can kind of rotate the charcoal so that you're getting the more broad side of it to make a thicker mark. And usually the thicker mark is where your eye is drawn to. It looks closer to the eye than a smaller, thinner line.
Hey, look what it did. Now I don't have to try.
Yeah, and you can vary your pressure as well. And one thing that if you want to get even dirtier is you can use your finger to smudge. And
What
that
if
will,
you don't want to get dirtier?
well, you don't have to get dirtier. And you can wash your hands whenever you need to. But by just smudging a little bit, it can add a little bit of emphasis with this material also. Okay, cave explorers, here is your lamp.
I'm a cave explorer. Give me that.
Choose your wall. Make sure that you have enough room.
I
And
got this
go ahead
wall.
and recreate your
This is
local
gonna be bad.
creature. It doesn't have to be
I'm
bad.
gonna try to do a deer, then if it doesn't work, bobcat. Okay.
Okay.
Is it going?
Yeah, go
Oh, the
ahead and
camera's
start, guys.
Oh, okay.
And remember to use your line thickness where you want the emphasis to be
I know.
in variation.
That is a big deer ear. Something. You should have told me that earlier.
Yeah, you can use your finger to kind of minimize the line and then kind of redo it. And you'll see that the cave paintings that you guys,
Yeah, they're not perfect.
they're not perfect, yeah. So you don't have to worry about it being perfect. Just have fun and
I
explore.
think I'm good with the deer. I might not though. I think that's how. Yep, that's. I'm definitely doing a llama.
Can you hold the light up so I can see what you guys are working on?
It's a llama. Vita here is creating a llama.
Excellent.
No, it's a moose. It's definitely. That looks like a llama though.
And how about you, Ryan?
I'm working on a deer.
Excellent. Looks
It's
great.
definitely a moose. That's definitely a moose. Look. Definitely a moose.
Oh, I see antlers. What do we have, Vita?
We have, what's it called, Riley? A lamusani. Yeah, it's a lamusani.
Oh, almost neat. Okay. Yeah, I like the horns, and you use some gradation in tones. Did you use line strength, like the line variation? Yeah, a little darker there, and on the ground. That's true. Okay, Ryan, what do you have?
I have a deer. And a hand. And a hand. And a fire. And a cat.
That looks great. The line strength on yours looks kind of similar, but there is some.
Yeah, the legs kind of failed.
Maybe there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Looks good, guys.